Red leather, yellow leather, 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 red leather, yellow leather. Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat. Good blood, bad blood, good blood, bad blood, good blood, bad blood. Unique, New York. 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 Toy boat. Toy boat. Toy boat. Toy boat. Toy boat. Toy boat. 11 benevolent elephants. 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 The black bug bled black blood. The black bug bled black blood. The black bug bled black blood. Peggy Babcock, Peggy Babcock, Peggy Babcock, Peggy Babcock, Peggy Babcock. I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit. I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit. I am a thistle sifter. Of 7 sieves of unsifted thistles, and 7 sieves of sifted thistles, for I am a thistle sifter. I am a thistle sifter, of 7 sieves of unsifted thistles, and 7 sieves of sifted thistles, for I am a thistle sifter. Amidst the mists of fiercest frosts, with barest wrists and stoutest boasts, he thrusts his fists against the post, and still insists he sees the ghost. Oh, what a to-do to die today at a minute or two to 2. A thing distinctly hard to say, but harder still to do. For they'll beat a tattoo at 20 to 2, a rat-a-tat-tat and a tat-a-tattoo, and the dragon will come when he hears the drum. At a minute or two to 2 today, at a minute or two to 2. She stood on the balcony, inexplicably mimicking him hiccuping and amicably welcoming him in. She stood on the balcony, inexplicably mimicking him hammocking and amicably welcoming him in. She stood on the balcony, inexplicably mimicking him hiccuping and amicably welcoming him in. Every single syllable I speak upon the stage has been specifically, scientifically selected to stimulate the sections of your cerebrum that set and sustain a certain satisfying psychological state. 1 hen. 1 hen, 2 ducks. 1 hen, 2 ducks, 3 squawking geese. 1 hen, 2 ducks, 3 squawking geese, 4 corpulent porpoises. 1 hen, 2 ducks, 3 squawking geese, 4 corpulent porpoises, 5 Limerick oysters. 1 hen, 2 ducks, 3 squawking geese, 4 corpulent porpoises, 5 Limerick oysters, 6 pairs of Don Alfonso's tweezers. 1 hen, 2 ducks, 3 squawking geese, 4 corpulent porpoises, 5 Limerick oysters, 6 pairs of Don Alfonso's tweezers, 7,000 Macedonian warriors in full battle array, 8 brass monkeys from the ancient sacred crypts of Egypt, and 9 apathetic, diabetic, sympathetic old men on roller skates with a marked propensity toward procrastination and sloth. Give me the gift of a grip-top sock, a drip-drape, ship-shaped tip-top sock, not your spiv-slick, slapstick, slip-slop stock, but a plastic, elastic grip-top sock. None of your fantastic slack swap-slop from a slapdash, flash-cash, haberdash shop, not a knick-knack, knit-lock, knock-kneed knickerbocker sock with a mock-shot, blob-mottled tick-tocker clock. Not a rucked-up, puckered-up, flop-top sock. Not a super-sheer, seersucker, puka, sack-smock sock. Not a spot-spreckled, frog-freckled, cheap chic sock off a hodgepodge, moss-blotched, botched scotch block. Nothing slip-slop, drip-drop, flip-flop, or clip-clop. Tip me a tip-top, grip-top sock. All right, let's go make some magic. Hey, Shayna. Oh, thank you for liking it. Here we go. To the chat chalet. Let's see. See if it works today. I feel lucky. Oh, coming together. Look at that. And we're zooming. You kidding me? Nice. Going to be a great day. Good morning. Hope everybody's doing great. Hi there, Mill Watchers. Good morning, America. Happy Sunday to everybody. I hope you're feeling healthy, happy, rich, and pretty. I feel better all the time. We'll get into that. I missed you, Shayna. It's been a couple of days, weeks maybe. I don't know, since I've talked to you. You've kind of disappeared from the face of the earth. I did. I'm sure you've been busy keeping track of stuff. I love the pictures you took of Back to the Future. You look so excited and so happy. And of course, I'm really interested in the new paintings that you put up. You have a new style I've seen. It's a combination of paint and collage, where the flower, the petals are made of newspapers. And some it's newspaper, some it's strokes of paint. I think it works both ways. But I really enjoyed it, so I'm glad you're here. And I'm excited about a fun week this week. Let's talk all about it. Why don't we go down to the chat chalet? Yes, that is, once again, the microphone that you saw in the background of Johnny is a handmade, beautiful painting by the wonderful Shayna Cashner, who is here with us, not in the studio today, but in the chat. Hi there, Shayna. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that's going to be good enough. See, I'm trying to think of how much to tell you. Let's see. How is your artwork going? I know you've had a couple of shows this week. Did you sell any paintings? Did Dad get one yet? I know he was asking about it earlier. I'm always curious which one he would want. One of the fun processes of my show now is on Sunday I get to pick out 2 Shayna paintings to show in the background of a couple parts of the stream. So I get to look at all your paintings and pick which one feels right. That's kind of fun. Well, not all of them, but I picked out, 10, 20 of my favorites. So, man, you produce so many paintings. It's really quite impressive. I hope you find an outlet for all of them, because I don't know. I dig it. That's all. I dig it. All right. Let's spin the wheel. What do you say? I'm feeling a little off my game here. Whoop, wrong button. Shakespeare. Thank you, by the way. I hope I said thank you for letting me use your art. Thank you very much. Shakespeare. Let us go to the Shakespeare stage. Never get tired of that. I got a couple of good pickings for you. Let's start. Since Dad's not here yet, let's get the sonnet out of the way. That's no way to start a show with something that sounds like you're getting out of the way. I just happen to love sonnets. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. How about... Oh, and I got a couple of things you picked out for later on. I'm pretty excited about that. I got a couple of bummer poems. But let's start with the Shakespeare. Let's start with sonnet number 30. This is sonnet number 30 by William Shakespeare. When to the sessions of sweet silent thought I summon up remembrance of things past, I sigh the lack of many a thing I sought, and with old woes new wail my dear time's waste. Then can I drown an eye, unused to flow, for precious friends hid in death's dateless night, and weep afresh long love since cancelled woe, and moan the expense of many a vanished sight. Then can I grieve at grievances foregone, and heavily from woe to woe tell o'er the sad account of fore bemoaned moan, which I knew pay as if not paid before. But if the while I think on thee, dear friend, all losses are returned, and sorrows end. That's a nice one. Let's go back. Let's see. Oh, hold on. We got a couple of things in the chat there. How am I doing today besides being healthy, happy, rich, and pretty? I got to tell you, Shayna, I had a very, very hard time getting out of the house today. I'm here at the Comedy Zone, of course, broadcasting live from Charlotte, North Carolina's only comedy club. And it's always a pleasure to be here, but I just didn't feel like getting out of bed today. I felt like putting the head over my covers or putting the covers over my head and just staying there. kind of felt like that all week. I was supposed to go out and have lunch with somebody on Thursday, and I canceled it. I was hoping to have lunch with you next week, or last week, but I didn't even contact you. I've just been playing Spider-Man on PS5 and hiding from everybody for the last week. I haven't really been feeling as nice as I'd like to. Physically, I'm okay. I just feel like I've disappeared a little bit for a while. Let's talk about this. Oh, hey, this is interesting. I'm not selling the paintings as quickly as I'm making them. Nice. I'm running out of room in my house and shop. That is an issue. I don't know how to deal with that. I really don't. For any of the viewers who might be in Charlotte, I do have a 20% off sale at Sleepy Poet. It used to be 23, now it's down to 20. Next week could be as much as 17. You don't want to risk your chance. Get out there and buy it. So I hope people will go check it out. It's at the Sleepy Poet Antique Mall for the next 2 weeks. I sincerely hope you'll get it. I'm willing to give art away for free, too. I don't want to stop making art, but I'm running out of room. You should donate your paintings. There's lots of different places. Let's see. Lots of places need art. And everybody's looking for art that's non-offensive. And your art is interesting and visual and color. It pops with color. And it doesn't make anybody mad, which is nice. So, yeah, I know what you mean. I'm running out of room on my phone. I haven't, my art is this, supposedly, and I don't think I've posted on TikTok for 2 months, or Facebook or Instagram or any of that stuff. And every week I download the whole hour and a half onto my phone. I'm running out of space on my phone now. So I got to figure out what to do with all that stuff, too. I got to cut all that down and get it out there. I wish I could figure out a way to use your paintings on a big scale, like to spill out a giant word on the side of a building or something like that. I don't know. We'll keep thinking about it, but keep it up. If it feels good, especially. Keep it up. All right. I think we're up to speed. Let's spin the wheel. Prose! Excellent. Let's head into the prose library. I have picked out, specifically for Dad, but he's not here yet, so I'll do it for you, a couple of pieces from George Carlin's book that he didn't perform as stand-up. One of them is a very, very impressive list. I like lists. I'm a big fan of comedy lists, and George Carlin's kind of the only one who ever did it. So this is a very, 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 very long list. I hope you enjoy it. Here we go. This is the Miscellaneous Ailments Foundation by George Carlin. Not every human ailment has a telethon to help raise money. This space is donated to the Miscellaneous Ailments Foundation. If you or a loved one suffer from any of the following conditions, open your heart, dig deep, and give what you can. And please, no small donations. Try to give more than you can afford. Have you ever experienced itch, twitch, welts, warts, pimples, nits, scabs, scars, sores, boils, rash, gash, hives, cysts, cramps, polyps, blisters, bunions, bed sores, rope burns, paper cuts, cockeye, blackheads, whiteheads, gag easily, swollen glands, eye strain, nausea, piles, gas, crabs, peg leg, abscessed tooth, penicillin reaction, paleness, nicks and cuts, brittle nails, wooziness, homesickness, fall down a lot, sick and tired, just don't feel good. Chills and fever, fever and chills, chills without fever, fever without chills, smallpox, medium pox, large pox, extra large pox, chicken pox, tuna pox, roast beef pox, whooping cough, whooping sneeze, whooping giggle, wheezing, sneezing, freezing, mumps, bumps, lumps, bad eyes, bad feet, bad blood, bad breath, bad back, bad attitude, poor posture, cowardice, trench mouth, puffy skin, complete paralysis, enlarged pores, out of breath, arm hurts, bad judgment, dumb look, out of sorts, bruise easily, wind knocked out of you, seeing things, the blahs, the vapors, the willies, the shits, the bends, the heebie-jeebies, shock, tremor, botulism, relapse, leprosy, gangosa, cancer of the fist. I have that. Jungle rot, the creeping crud, the 48-year creeping Jesus, mange, grunge, sore tits, check lag, root canal, facial tics, poor balance, clouds, lockjaw, Charlie horse, euphoria, prickly heat, peeling, miscarriage, crow's feet, crow's legs, sloppy diction, overbite, underbite, side effects, double limp, scabby knee, tone deafness, loud heart, post-nasal drip, pre-nasal drip, jammed thumb, coma, knock knees, stretch marks, fat lip, black eye, bum leg, oversized birthmark, strawberry string fever. Ooh, close. Strawberry spring fever, forgetfulness, squinting, surgical blunder, facial hair, plague, adhesion, sunstroke, bad genes, scrawniness, crossed nostrils, calluses, premature ejaculation, starvation, seeing stars, nervous breakdown, corns, organ rejection, swelling, bloody nose, catatonia, bags under the eyes, freckle loss, no urine, big ears, bad cold, Freddy's disease, no torso, suicide, hen tooth, natural causes, chronic pussy farts, Ondine's curse, pulled grown muscle, chafing, cold sore, split lip, aches and pains, trick knee, trick nose, trick dick, sleepy sickness, lobotomy nightmares, pigeon toes, double chin shyness, wind burn, chronic lethargy, hot flashes, double vision, cancer of the jowls, clubfoot, excess earwax, suffocation, really gross skin, falling nose hairs, infected tattoos, gunshot wounds, elastic poisoning, unprovoked weeping, dislocated crotch, complete hairlessness, 9-mile fever, migrating beauty mark, undescended testicle, chicken-breastedness, botched circumcision, ghost limbs, industrial deafness, hammer toe, double rectum, fallen womb, inverted nipples, out of control moles, transient slurred speech, water on the profile, saline depletion, gender agony, negative buoyancy, curvature of the mind, infected dimple, burnt at the stake, bubonic plague, black death, morning sickness, subdermal hematoma, grand mal seizure, spastic bladder, brain tumor, nipple seep, dry teeth, 6-foot nose hairs, pinched balls, mid-nasal drip, chapped ass, spear wounds, tonsillitis, clap, crucifixion, total body dimpling, fear of clothing, single nostril, horse serum sensitivity, Coke bottle in the ass, hen worker's lung, sextuple amputeeism, heredity, fructose intolerance, Morton's foot, Hutchinson's freckle, Oriental nightmare death syndrome, rum fits, lidocaine poisoning, irregular gait, genital measles, sprained mind, ichthyosis, lack of hustle, hyperdrosis, frothing at the crotch, Alzheimer's disease, wet brain, pre-senility, dementia, laetral overdose, Munchausen syndrome, pavement burn, nasal herpes cluster, headaches, hunchback, vaginal closure, cancer of the bridge of the nose. Circumcision blunder, unremitting pain, complete nervous collapse, 60-year coma, rigor mortis, decapitation, swimmer's itch, beef tapeworm, short-limbed dwarfism, tick-borne rickets, Koplik's spots, impetigo, gas, gangrene, transverse myelitis, malnutrition, irritability, non-productive cough, simple malaise, epidemic, keratoconjunctivitis, furious rabies, black vomit, dandy fever, European typhus, Brill Kissinger disease, cat scratch disease, stitch abscesses, strawberry tongue, Pastia's lines, African sleeping sickness, Woolsorter's disease, cauliflower ear, zucchini nose, paracoaxidial myodosis, desert rheumatism, lumpy jaw, Madura foot, hookworm, oriental sore, Aleppo boil, forest yaws, swimming pool granuloma, cardiac death, whipworm infection, geophagia, river blindness, total collapse, jewelry rash, terminal browsing, maidenly hysterics, marrow failure, pica riboflavin deficiency, Mediterranean anemia, embolism, vascular fragility, drug-induced platelet defects, Felty syndrome, bowel infarction, tetralogy of the phalate, bundle branch block, sudden megacolon, Raynaud's phenomenon, young oriental female disease, intestinal apoplexy, occlusion at the bifurcation, milk leg, Homan sign, constant screaming, Total body hemorrhaging, missing lungs, extra stomach, larva in the stool, bebop legs, forehead transplant, tumor on the buns, huge spleen, chronic falling, cysts on the wrists, and sudden total weight loss. Give now. Somewhere, someone feels crappy. You can help. Marvelous. Love the George Carlin. Let's see what we got here. I've been struggling today, too. I'm very sorry to hear that. I think you've been struggling for the past couple of weeks. I know you're doing your best. You're making lots of art, and you're reaching out a whole lot on social media, trying to get people excited about stuff, but I can kind of sense the darkness in the posts, and I think I feel the same way that you do. You just got to figure out, that's something I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about what's important, what matters to you, what's something that you need to do every day, or you just don't feel like a person, because I feel like I'm not doing anything except I love being with my family. I love cooking and cleaning and picking up clothes, and I don't like cleaning that much, but I like cooking. Picking up dog stuff off the floor and letting them fall asleep in my lap while they're breathing. Sweet dogs. I've been enjoying a lot of time with that. But what are the things that matter to you the most? What are the things that you never want to miss a day without doing? Shayna said that my dad might be bugged. He's missing it. I did do the sonnet first. When I don't sell my art, it makes me wonder if it's too expensive, people just don't like it, or what the reason is. I try not to let it get me down. It's not personal. It's not about the art itself. It's about where it belongs, I think. It's about where it hangs, where it's an appropriate vibe. All the art I've ever bought or produced for my house has just been stuff where I saw it on the wall before I went and got it. Yeah, I mean, I saw it on my wall. I was like, okay, that goes there. And then I went and found out what that was. Anyway, sorry to dwell on that. I'm feeling kind of down today. Maybe we need a good dad joke. We definitely do need a good dad joke. Excuse me. Here it comes. The first one. What do you call a lazy bull? What do you call a lazy bull? I don't know. What do you call a lazy bull? I give up. Let's go down to the joke. Let's go down to the comedy club. What do you call a lazy bull? A bulldozer. Fun. And I remember this one from a song I like. Farmer had a champion bull, bred it 200 times a year. Farmer's wife said, 200 times? Isn't that wonderful, dear? Maybe you ought to show him. Maybe you ought to watch him. Maybe he'll tell you how. Farmer says, he's a heck of a bull, but it wasn't all with the same cow. Hey! There's fun. All right, let's spin the wheel. Oh, wrong button. Definitely a good joke. What are the things that matter to you? DJ Shayna, look forward to having that conversation. Zen Koan, let's head to the campfire. Let's see. Campfire. So Zen Koan, I believe we are on Zen Koan number 63. This is Zen Koan number 63, Killing. Kasan instructed his adherents one day, those who speak against killing and those who desire to spare the lives of all conscious beings are right. It is good to protect even animals and insects, but what about those persons who kill time? What about those who are destroying wealth? Those who destroy political economy? We should not overlook them. Furthermore, what of the one who preaches without enlightenment? He is killing Buddhism. Hope that's not what I'm doing. Let's see. Oh, here's some more DJs. Sometimes I wonder whether I made a mistake by not getting married and having kids. In addition to not having parents, siblings, or extended family, I live a very lonely life. I understand, and I know that's rough. But luckily, you know where the people are. You know, they're not there in the house with you, but if you can get out of the house, And I know you do almost every night. At least it seems that way. You're out seeing people who care about you. And, of course, you're out selling too. Hey, Stephanie's here. Hi there, Stephanie. It's my pleasure being your friend. I wish I could spend more time with you. Stephanie's here, my sister all the way from beautiful Louisville, Kentucky. Hi, Stephanie. We were just talking about what's important in life. And I'd be curious to know your thoughts. What are the things that matter? Having a dog, very, very important. Dogs are just little love machines, man. They just sit there and make you happy by existing. It's fantastic. There's wonderful things, dogs. Make a huge mess, but wonderful things. And Stephanie says family. That is terrible. That is extremely important. The people that I see, yeah. I'm so sorry that you don't have the family. I guess you have the family you chose. That's what I hear people say. Family is important. Children are important. Absolutely. Both of those help a lot. I'd say music is important. Do you listen to music every day? Do you dance every day? I think it's important to sing and dance every day and read something beautiful and look at something beautiful, create something beautiful if you can. You actually have that ability. That's pretty cool. What else? I agree. Family is the ones we love and choose. Yes. That's something to think about. Let's spin the wheel. We'll talk about it in a minute. Wisdom. Marvelous. Let's head into lay down some wisdom from on high. All right, I am very excited. I have two pieces of wisdom from the great Jim Carrey, who has had a tremendous sort of a transformation of his soul from greatest comedian in the world to one of the great thinkers. And I love his art. I love his painting. I love him. And I've been able to get a couple of good quotes because Shayna taught me how to get the closed captioning. They can print it and you can read along with it. And you can cut it and paste it. So I was able to get some scripts from that. So this is wisdom from Jim Carrey. Let me check the shot real quick. Yeah, I hear that. All right. Wisdom from Jim Carrey. That peace that we're after lies beyond personality, beyond the perception of others, beyond invention and disguise, and beyond effort itself. You can join the game, fight the wars, play with form all you want, but to find real peace, you have to let the armor fall. Don't let anything stand in the way of the light that shines through this form. Risk being seen in all your glory. You will only ever have two choices, love or fear. Choose love. And don't ever let fear turn you against your playful heart. Nice. Dad here? Yay! All right, let's go. Hi, Dad. Welcome aboard. Hello to Dad. That's JMLH2O for the folks waiting at home. That's Dad in Tampa. Shayna is here in Charlotte, my friend. And Stephanie is Ms. Miro 2012. That was nice. Yeah, Dad, did you enjoy seeing me recently? I'm always curious about that kind of thing. Always happy to see you. I look forward to this, too. I know I can't see you, but I feel like I'm with you. Not as happy as I am. Ah, nice. Hey, Dad, that's a question for you, too. We're talking today about what's important. We talked about family. We talked about children. Talked about music. Talked about dogs. I think it's pretty important. I know you watch a lot of sports. What are some other things that you wouldn't want to miss a single day of? I like sunsets. I'm able to see the sunset out my front window, which is pretty sweet. So I try not to miss that if I can help it. When I was the ships, I never missed one. Dad says cat. Fine. Cats are good, too. I'm a dog guy, and we shall never be able to reconcile. But that's okay. Well, while you think about that, why don't we spin the wheel? Gotta breathe. Gotta breathe. That is important. Oh, cool. Let's sing a song. got a couple of new tunes. One you've never heard before, I bet, and one that everybody's heard. I'm going to start us off with the song Never Do Anything by the Barenaked Ladies. It's a song about wasting your life and then looking back on it and trying to blame the world for the fact that you didn't have the willpower to get things done. It's kind of a character piece, and a song, so we'll see if I can make it work. This is Never Do Anything by Barenaked Ladies. Wiped out down the stairs. I'll bet you there's a song in there. Not sure I'm prepared to write it down. That guy should be me. I'd look much better on TV. Then the world would see that I can do anything. I can be that, but soon you'll see that I will never do anything. I could be that, but soon you'll see that I will never do anything. Let's play tic-tac-toe. I'll play X, you can be the O. Thoughts of turning pro have crossed my mind. I could make a mint, fill my pockets with more than lint. I'll give you a hint. It involves the internet. I could be that, but soon you'll see that I will never do anything. I could be that, but soon you'll see that I will never do anything. Don't write me off as an also-ran. Just mark me down as an angry man. I got a big chip, you want a fat lip? How about a mouthful of chiclets? Life passed me by, but it's not my fault. I'll lick my wounds. Would you pass the salt? I can be that, but soon you'll see that I will never do anything. I could be that, but soon you'll see that I will never do anything. If I were the king, all my subjects, they would dance and sing. They would kiss my ring and kiss my ass. When I'm old and gray, I'll look back on my life and say, give me one more day, and still I'll never do anything. I can be that, but soon you'll see that I will never do anything. I will be that, but soon you'll see that I will never do anything. I love sad songs with happy, happy notes. Let's see. Couple of questions here. As happy as I am, Dad says, Cat, did I go camping in the Smoky Mountains? He ended up not going. No, I was pretty depressed on my actual birthday. And then on the Friday, we were supposed to go, and then she switched days with work. And then on Monday, when we were supposed to go, the kids stayed up all night the night before, and Debbie stayed up all night the night before. And so they were all exhausted. And I decided to just let them go home and sleep. We went out to breakfast, and I talked. I found out everybody stayed up all night the night before, and we decided not to go. Yeah, I just haven't felt like leaving the house. I've been kind of, just antisocial. I don't know is the right word, but just hiding from everybody. I don't know what the word is. Let's keep talking. How are the dogs? The dogs are beautiful. They're huge now, 45 pounds each. Just went to see the vet this week. Very healthy, very, very handsome dogs. And they have completely destroyed everything that can be destroyed in my house. It is a nightmare walking around. We have not figured out how to train these dogs, and we've got to figure it out. How are Debbie and the kids? Orion, thanks for asking. Orion, my son, he's 15. He went to his, or 14. He went to a friend's party. It was a cult party, so he had to dress up in overalls. He went there last night. Didn't tell me about it, but he wasn't nervous. And he was excited when he came back. And I've always been nervous at every party and felt out of place. So the fact that he feels good and that kind of thing makes me very happy. He had a great time. So that was a good time. Charlotte is mostly just staying in her room playing video games for the summer, which is what I used to do sometimes. I try to drag her out, but she's really comfortable back there, and I'm usually in the living room wasting time in some way similar. We spent a little time watching some shows together, and Orion and I went and saw Deadpool and Wolverine, and it was excellent. It was really, 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 really fun. About 20% too silly for my taste, but a fantastic movie that moved very well, and we had a great time. And Debbie is working constantly. She is got 4 nights in a row. I think tomorrow's going to be the next one. She has really been killing it with, she has a morning meditation now. So she gets up and she meditates and she does a little bit of writing, and she does Duolingo. I believe she's on day like 94 or 95 of Spanish Duolingo, which is very impressive to me. So she's keeping busy and making herself better every day, and she's working on her plan to start a place up in the mountains. It's like a hospice. That's her dream. So we talk about that every couple of weeks. We haven't worked together towards the class much. We've been distracted after we had COVID and everything. It was sort of hard to restart the engine. But she's doing well. Thanks for asking, DJ. Appreciate you. Sorry to press to my birthday. Yeah, well, there is that. How are you, Jim and Stephanie? No answer, but I bet they'd love to tell you how they are. Shayna says, how many Millwater siblings are there? There is Tim, there is Jimmy, there is Johnny, there is Stephanie, there is Andy, and there is Kim. So that's a total of 6. I think that's right. Tons. Do the kids like doing art in class? Yes. The kids do like doing arts and crafts, but we don't do them much in the house because they make such a terrible mess. But they enjoy it. Let's see. Tons of kids. Debbie is amazing. I couldn't agree. And I mentioned a class. I very much want to teach a comedy class, but it's just I have a hard time. I haven't reached out to the VisArt yet. I'm having a hard time reaching out to people. This one really bothers me because I've been wanting to do that, make that call for like 6 weeks. Or just an email, just hey, how you doing? I'm Johnny. I want to use your space on Mondays. Very easy to write, but I don't know if I'm afraid of rejection or the fact they don't know me, what it is, but I have not reached out to them at all. And it's disturbing. There's a block there. There's something in the way that I'm not aware of, and I'm worried about that. But I do want to teach that class, and once we have a spot in place, we'll book a couple people, and then we'll be set to go. 6 siblings in total. That's right. You are good. Very good. Way to go, Stephanie. Let's see, 3 more pounds and I can have my back surgery. 3 more. You can do it. You can do it. And I sincerely hope that once they get that done, you feel a lot better. Good luck. I've still been eating my prepackaged, well, not prepackaged, we package it. I cook like 8 turkey breasts all at once and then package them up with broccoli. And that's pretty much all I eat when I'm home since the heart attack. So I highly recommend that. And I hope whatever you're doing is working for you. Glad things are going well. Shayna says, if I can help in any way, let me know, right? I wish I could think of a way to do it. It has to be me. It has to be me. It has to be me or Debbie. And I don't want to push Debbie. She's works nonstop. So when she has time, it'll get done, or I'll get over it somehow. Maybe I'll figure out what the block is. I figured if I talked about it here on the stream, I might be able to. No, I haven't overcome it yet. Still trying to figure it out. Maybe it's phone anxiety. Who knows? Wish I liked to cook. I wish you did too. I'm surprised you don't like to cook. That'd be one of the things I'd do the most if I was just hanging with me and my dog, figuring out cool 2-person meals. I love to cook. I only know 7 or 8, different recipes, and Dad taught me 6 of them, I think. But I do enjoy cooking very much, and I like watching cooking shows. We've been watching the British Bake Off with my wife. She loves the British Bake Off. I love British people. I could give a crap about the baking, but I like British people talking. So I'll watch that show all day. It's great. 2-person meals. I'm only 1 person. Yeah, 1 for you, 1 for the dog. All right, I probably shouldn't tell anybody this. We give our dog people food. Debbie saw an article somewhere about how nobody should eat pre-packaged food for every meal for their entire life. So she started cooking ground turkey with dog-safe vegetables and packaging them into little snack bags so the dogs are eating people food. That's what they're eating. It's preparing their meals and preparing my meal. I'm preparing a lot of mine. She's doing about half, and she does it all for the dogs because she's the coolest. Order takeout too much. Yeah, but I love takeout. Takeout's one of the best things in the world. Doing nothing and eating, I love both of those. Staying at the house, oh, very good. Ooh, a prescription diet. What's involved in a prescription diet, if you don't mind me asking? Sounds like a doctor. Very, very expensive, first of all. But what's involved in a prescription diet? While you tell me about that, let me spin the wheel. Oh, monologues. Cool. Meet me at the theater. All right, I'm psyched. Let's see. Let's give some brief history here for the nice folks at home. As you may or may not know, the great Bob Newhart just recently died. He is a television actor and film actor of some regard. Most people know him from he had a show called Newhart. He had a show called Bob. He had a show called The Bob Newhart Show. And he also appeared on that science nerd show that people love so much. Young Sheldon, and then the other one. I forget what anyway, he's a brilliant comedy actor, but he's also a really, really famous stand-up comedian. I'm so embarrassed because it was 10 years in stand-up before I knew he was one of the most famous stand-up comics of the 1960s. He released his first album, The Button-Up Mind of Bob Newhart, and it changed the game forever. So I would like to perform, he just passed away, so I'd like to perform one of his pieces as a tribute. It's my favorite one, and I sincerely hope you enjoy it. It's called King Kong. This is King Kong by Bob Newhart. I worked as an accountant for about 2 years in Chicago. I got a degree in accounting, and I went into accounting in the Army during the Korean War. Remember that one? Yeah, no benefits. And I have held close to 30 separate accounting jobs in 2 years, which is like 3 weeks in each place, And I found one thing that is true, that they always put you through an orientation program. You spend 1 week learning all the problems you're going to have to face in this new job, but invariably, after the week in orientation, the first problem you run into your first day on the job was never covered in any of the sessions. Now, with this kind of prologue, this may seem like kind of a jump, but my favorite movie is King Kong. I love King Kong, the monster movie. It's the greatest monster movie ever made. And the biggest scene, of course, that you all remember from King Kong is when King Kong climbs the outside of the Empire State Building. All right, now, putting these two thoughts together. This is the night that King Kong climbs the outside of the Empire State Building, but it's also the first night on the job for a new guard. See, this is his first night on the job. He's gone through a week's orientation on the problems he's going to face, and it happens to be the night that King Kong climbs the outside of the Empire State Building. Hello, Mr. Nelson. Yes, this is Sam Hennessy, the new guard. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hate to bother you at home like this on my first day, but something's come up, sir, and it's not covered in the guard's manual. Yeah. No, I looked in the index. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I looked under unauthorized access and people without passes and apes toes. Apes and apes toes. Yes, sir. There's an ape's toe sticking through the window, sir. Yeah. Well, see, this isn't your standard ape, sir. I mean, it's between 18 and 19 stories high, depending on whether or not there's a 13th floor or not. Uh-huh. Well, sir, I'm sure there's a rule against apes shaking the building, sir. Yes, there is. Yes. So I yelled at his feet. I said, "Shoo ape," and I'm sorry, but you're going to have to leave, sir. And I know you like how the new men should be thinking on their feet. So I went up to the broom closet and I got out a broom without signing a requisition on it. Yep, yes, sir. Yep, I will tomorrow. And I started hitting him on the toes with it, you see. But it didn't seem to bother him. You see, there's these planes flying around him, and they're shooting at him, and they only seem to be bothering him a little bit. So I figured I wasn't doing too much good with the broom. Did I try swatting him in the face with it? Well, I was going to take the elevator up to his head, see, sir, but my jurisdiction only extends to his navel. You don't care what I do, just get the ape off the building. This may complicate things a little. He's carrying a woman in his hand. Sir? No, I don't think she works in the building. No. See, she passed as he passed by my floor. She had on kind of this negligee, So I doubt very much if she was one of the cleaning women, Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the first thing I did was I filled out a report. No, what? No, I don't want to give the building a bad name either, sir. But I doubt very much if we can cover it up. Well, the planes are shooting at him, and and I mean, people are going to come to work tomorrow morning, and some of them are going to notice the ape in the street, and then the broken windows, and they'll start putting two and two together. Oh, I think we're safe on that score, sir. I doubt very much if he signed the book downstairs. You don't care what I do, just get the ape off the building. Well, I came up with one idea, sir, but I'm not supposed to leave my post. Well, I thought maybe I could smear the Chrysler building with bananas. Oh, God, Bob. He invented his own genre of comedy. He invented the phone call comedy bit. He would walk on stage with a physical phone. Got dozens and dozens of them. They all make me so happy. I love them. All right, here's a couple things. I loved watching the Big Bang. I used to love that show, Newhart. Very popular. Big Bang Theory is excellent. Saw him in Vegas. You are so lucky. I was so disappointed when he died. I didn't get to see him. Did he do King Kong? I love that bit. Are you still writing with Craig on Sundays? I am. Craig is on his way, hopefully. This Sunday, we're going to have to leave a little bit early. Instead of 4, we leave at 2. But hopefully we'll go have lunch or something. Do I remember how Newhart ended? It was all just a dream. It was really funny because the original TV series, Bob Newhart Show, he played a psychiatrist who was married to Suzanne Plachette, I think. So he had that entire series. It was a great show. I watched it when I was on the cruise ships. And then on Newhart, he plays an entirely different character, and he pretends the ending of the show is him waking up as the Newhart character, as the Bob Newhart Show character, in bed with Suzanne Plachette, and the entire Newhart Show was just a dream. That's right. I think they did the same thing with St. Elsewhere on Tuesday. Oh, hey, this Jason Allen King new material show. Do you think you might make it on Tuesday? I doubt it. Feeling the way I'm feeling, I want to go because I love all those comedians. And I also want to go to Craig's open mic on Monday, but I haven't left the house at all except for this in the last week. So probably not. But I hope I can get talked into it because I want to go, but I don't want to go. You ever have that? I don't know. It's ambivalence, I suppose. Shayna says, I've been going to the new Comedy Zones podcast with the new cast. I have listened to almost all of them. That's awesome. You got to make sure Jason hears that because those are a lot of work to put together and they're very long. And I'm sure he's not hearing from a lot of people that people are listening to the whole things. I like the show too. It's good, but I just very rarely have 3-hour chunks where I want to listen to the same thing. That's awesome. I'm very glad to hear it. I'm a big fan of all of them, and I hope they're all doing well. Did you see the new ad? My friend of mine put out an ad. Her name is Max Summers, and she books a dating comedy show, and she booked it with one of my former writing partners and friends, Paul Platt, who looks vaguely like Gallagher now. I don't know what's going on. He's got a mustache and long hair, and it's awesome. Anyway, he played a bad date, and they put a short film up on the YouTube and on the Facebook, and it was very funny. Produced by the great Adam Canavo, who always does good work. So that was fun to see too. Would you ever go on a cruise just for fun, or are you all cruised out? I am cruised out. I would never, ever, ever go on a cruise for fun. I still have nightmares about being trapped on a cruise ship. I went 3 nights ago where I can't find the exit. I can't find my cabin. No one will help me. I don't like cruise ships. No, I might go out on a little boat, but definitely not a cruise ship. Maybe Alaska. Might go to Alaska because it's gorgeous out there. Every minute you're being entertained by the beauty and also the entertainers. But yeah, I don't think I would do it for fun. What about you? Have you ever been for a cruise, Shayna? I know Dad loved to cruise with Mom. Used to do it all the time. How about you, Stephanie? You ever go on a cruise? Do you enjoy it out there? What's the best cruise you ever been on? Write it in the chat. Hey, Shayna says, I multitask and I listen to the podcast when I'm cleaning, driving, or walking Pepper. Very nice. That's the way to do it. That's what I got to start doing. I did get into a new comedian this week because I went for a walk and I listened to a podcast with a guy named Andy Daly. He's an actor out of L.A., and he's very, 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 very funny. And he put on an album in 2008. It was called 9 Sweaters, and each one is a character monologue that he performs in a stand-up comedy setting. And this wonderful, it's like a whole new form of comedy, like Bob Newhart. It's a whole new form of comedy I'm very excited about. And I heard about that from the Conan O'Brien podcast, which I listened to when I should have been listening to my friends. So I'll make time. Here's a couple things. Oh, hey, Stephanie says that she's never been on one, but it's a bucket list item. I hope you can figure it out. There's fun to be had, and I hope you love it. Shayna says, I've only been on one cruise, and it was so fun. I'd go on another one if I had people to go with. That's all about organizing. I understand. I'm no good at organizing, but I bet you can figure it out if you want to. There's lots of fun to be had. Like I said, no mom, no cruise. I hear that. And, hey, Dad, I'll cruise with you. Look at this. People coming together. This makes me so happy. All right. All right, we're all caught up. Let's spin the wheel. Poem. All right. Why don't you meet me in the poetry corner? There we go. I have for you in the poetry corner a two-parter today. I'm pretty excited about that. This is All Things Will Die by Alfred Lord Tennyson. And then later on today, I'll be reading Nothing Will Die. It's a 2-poem series by the brilliant Alfred Lord Tennyson. And we'll start with the dark one, All Things Will Die by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Clearly the blue river chimes and is flowing under my eye. Warmly and broadly the south winds are blowing over the sky. One after another the white clouds are fleeting. Every heart this May morning in joyance is beating, full merrily. Yet all things must die. The stream will cease to flow, the wind will cease to blow, the clouds will cease to fleet, the heart will cease to beat, for all things must die. All things must die. Spring will come, nevermore. Oh, vanity, death waits at the door. See, our friends are all forsaking the wine and the merry-making. We are called, we must go. Laid low, laid very low. In the dark we must lie. The merry glees are still. The voice of the bird shall no more be heard, nor the wind on the hill. Oh, misery! Hark! Death is calling while I speak to ye. The jaw is falling, the red cheek paling, the strong limbs failing, ice with the warm blood mixing, the eyeballs fixing. 9 times goes the passing bell, ye merry souls, farewell. The old earth had a birth, as all men know, long ago, and the old earth must die. So let the warm winds range, and the blue wave beat the shore, for even and morn ye will never see through eternity. All things were born. Ye will come nevermore, for all things must die. Nice. See above. Shayna says, how can you tell if a dad joke is too corny? I'm looking in my book and wondering whether some of these are too corny or just plain bad. Well, I go totally by instinct, whether or not I like it. I wish I could assign a number to it. But I am interested. If an apple a day keeps the doctor away, what does an onion do? Keeps everyone away. I think that's the joke. I don't know for sure. All right. Let's spin the wheel. Roses and Thorns. Wonderful. Everybody meet me in the chat chalet. Keep everyone away. I got it. Yes. All right. We are in the chat chalet for Roses and Thorns. One of my favorite parts. For those of you who might be watching this later, roses are the good things that happened to us since the last show, and thorns are the bad things that happened to us in the last show. What are your roses and thorns, folks at home? What happened to you, Stephanie? What's been going on with you, Dad? Shayna? Good news? Bad news? Tell me all about it. I already told you I took my son to see a movie. Cooked a couple meals. I cuddled the dogs. Those are all roses. The thorns is just my general malaise and inability to want to do anything in or around the house. Just not feeling right, but no actual things that went wrong. What's your roses and thorns? I wish I had more to tell you. There's got to be. It's been a week. This is the time where I should be thrilling. Hey, here, I'm going to get political for a second. I don't like to get political, but I'm extremely happy that Kamala Harris is running for president, that Joe Biden has stepped aside. He was great. I liked him a lot, but I like her even more. I'm very excited about seeing what she does, voting for her, and gives me hope over that scary guy who I don't like talking about. Let's see. Other good news is this week. Deadpool Wolverine, fantastic. Won't give any spoilers, but just marvelous. So I was smiling through the whole thing. Really, really enjoyed it, my son and I. So that got us out of the house, and my son went to a party. I think that's it. That's really the whole thing. I was supposed to have breakfast, but I canceled. Oh, Stephanie's rose. She made it another week. Hooray for that. And lost 2 pounds. Wonderful. 3 more to go. You can do it. And Thorn, not feeling very well today. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm not feeling too great either. But that's why we have each other. We'll cheer you up. Can't think of any roses right now. Oh, that's the worst. There's a lot of weeks I can't think of any thorns because of the way my brain's wired. But I sure hope you can think of some roses. I know you must have made some people happy this week. I think that's a rose for you. I don't know. What are the things that are important to you, and what are the things that you wish you were doing? No roses or thorns too old. I don't believe it, Dad. I just feel like you don't feel like typing it up in the chat. But whatever you're going through, I hope your baseball team's winning. I hope you're not in too much pain. I hope the cat's behaving himself, and I hope you're able to get around as well as you need to in the house. As long as all those things are working out, that's all rose. All right. And besides Pepper, Pepper's always my rose. I'm always down for a Pepper story. So if she did something particularly cute, I'd love to hear. Great rose, DJ Shay. Stephanie's exactly right. All right, since we're all caught up, if you think any thorns you want to talk about, just let me know. But for now, let's spin the wheel. Shakespeare! Meet me in the Shakespeare stage. Ever get tired of that? All right, let's do a monologue from Titus Andronicus. I've been in a dark mood all week, just in general dark. And this is the darkest monologue I've ever heard in Shakespeare. It's an evil guy. They're about to hang him because he's so evil, and they ask him if he has any regrets before they hang him. So, his name's Aaron. He's a bad dude. Even now I curse the day, and yet I think few come within the compass of my curse, wherein I did not some notorious ill, is kill a man, or else devise his death, ravish a maid, or plot the way to do it, accuse some innocent, and forswear myself, set deadly enmity between two friends, make poor men's cattle, break their necks, set fire on barns and haystacks in the night, and bid the owners quench them with their tears. Oft I have digged up dead men from their graves, and set them upright at their dear friends' doors, even when their sorrows almost were forgot, and on their skins, as on the barks of trees, have carved with my knife in Roman letters, let not your sorrow die, though I am dead. I have done 1,000 dreadful things as willingly as one would kill a fly, and nothing grieves me heartily indeed, but that I cannot do 10,000 more. It's a good one. Dark. Oh, that felt good. I enjoyed it. Aw. That's my rose too, Shayna. I really enjoyed last week's stream, and I'm really enjoying this week's stream. My rose is to be here with everybody too. You guys are great. Nah, don't worry. You feel what you feel. It's all good. I'm negative too sometimes. Don't fake it. Be yourself. Keep it up. Let's spin the wheel. Oh, really sad. I am too. Let's meet the pros. All right. It's getting a little dark, and I understand that. Nothing wrong with that. So I have a comedy piece. This is for Dad. I picked it out of George Carlin's book. I think it's Napalm and Silly Putty. This is a fake newscast, several of them written by George Carlin, so I'm going to try to do it in character as a news person. This is the Noontime News. In Rome today, Pope John Paul removed his little hat and revealed he has a small map of Tombstone, Arizona, tattooed on his head. Out at the lake in City Park, police have arrested a one-armed man who was bothering the other boaters by continuously rowing in a circle. Authorities say a severely disturbed geography teacher has shot and killed 6 people who did not know the capital of Scotland. He is still at large, and they remind everyone the capital of Scotland is Edinburgh. A man at a tool and die company died today when he was hit with a tool. A Detroit couple is suing Campbell Soups, claiming a bowl of alphabet soup spelled out an obscene message to their children. They state that at first the little letters floated around in a circle, and then they formed the word, "Suck my noodle." Millionaire clothing executive Dacron Polyester died in his sleep yesterday. It was not a peaceful death, however, as he dozed off while hang gliding. A large dog exploded on a downtown street corner this morning. No one was killed, however. Several people were overcome by fur. Police estimate that more than 600 fleas also lost their lives in the blast. A woman in Montana was severely injured yesterday when she attempted to breastfeed a wolverine by force. A man wearing a "Have a Nice Day" button was killed yesterday by a man who works at night. The Centers for Disease Control has determined that the common cold is caused by a tall man who carries around a bag of germs. 26 people were killed this morning when 2 funeral processions collided. Police say the list of fatalities does not include the original dead. The mafia has killed an information clerk because he knew too much. His replacement, appointed today, says he has no further information. In San Francisco, a baby has been born wearing sunglasses and holding a small can of peas. A Milwaukee man has been arrested for illegal use of food stamps. He was taken into custody while attempting to mail a bowl of chili to his sister. The Bureau of Native Affairs has announced they have located another Mohican. Accordingly, all the books are being recalled and will be changed to read "The Next to the Last of the Mohicans." And finally, here's a Halloween prank that backfired. It seems that little 13-year-old Danny Obligats thought it would be great fun to soap the windows of all the cars on his street. He had soaped 7 of them and was starting to soap the 8th, not knowing that the owner of the car, Earl Fletcher, was seated inside. Fletcher shot Danny in the head 4 times. Back to you. There we go. A little George Carlin for you. Fun. Fun. Sorry you guys are feeling sad. What do you do to get out of the sad? I like the comedy. I like dark comedy that usually makes me feel a little bit better. What else do you guys do to keep a hold of your mood when it's not going the way you want it to? Tell me about it in the chat. Let's spin the wheel. Zen Koan. Excellent. Meet me at the campfire. This is Zen Koan 64. Kasan, Sweat. Kasan was asked to officiate the funeral of a provincial lord. He had never met lords and nobles before, so he was nervous. When the ceremony started, Kasan sweat. Afterwards, when he had returned, he gathered his pupils together. Kasan confessed that he was not yet qualified to be a teacher, for he lacked the sameness of bearing in the world of fame that he possessed in the secluded temple. Then Kasan resigned and became the pupil of another master. 8 years later, he returned to his former pupils, enlightened. I'd love to hear the story of what happened during those 8 years, but, what are you going to do? Hey, here we go. Stephanie likes to listen to music. Curious what kind of music you're into. The last time we hung out, you were really into Prince, but that was about 40 years ago, so who knows? Shayna says, talking to friends and being around people and having close connections with people helps. It is. It's tricky, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Who are the friends? Who are the acquaintances? Where are the close connections appropriate and where are they intrusive? I know exactly what you mean, and I wish you the best of luck figuring that out. Forget about it. Oh, that's what Dad does. Forget about it. What are you, depressed over here? Forget about it. Cut it out. Yep, good work. Shayna says, I feel like I spend 95% of my life alone, and it gets to me sometimes. That is awful. On my cruise ship years, I spent almost all my time alone, and it's terrible for you. Yeah. We got to figure out fun stuff to do during the day. I know you take the Pilates classes, and I know you go out and you paint, and you sell the paintings, and you're out at comedy shows. But having something scheduled has really helped when I'm mentally unhealthy. The only way that I can get out of the house is if something's been scheduled for weeks, or if it's a habit. Trying to establish I do this every Tuesday or I do this every Sunday. That's the only way I can convince myself when I'm not feeling right. I don't know. If you're with Shayna, you are in good company. How true that is. She is good company. Great laugh. All kinds of classic rock to Christian. Very cool. Big fan of classic rock. And I'm sure I'll learn more about Christian as the years progress. And DJ Shayna says, a lot of me is being alone by choice, by still. But yeah, it's the weirdest thing. You want to be alone, but you're lonely. Antisocial, but lonely. That's a tricky ambivalence to bear. It's not easy. I'm still trying to figure that out myself. Well, let's keep talking. Let's spin the wheel. Wisdom. See, there you go. That'll cheer us up a bit. Let's lay down some wisdom from on high. All right. Let's see if I can find. I have 2 pieces of wisdom. Oh no. I think the second one didn't get pasted. That's a shame. So we're going to have to pass that. Maybe I can find it. No, it was never texted. I'll have to do that one next week. I don't know what happened. Sorry, folks. There it is. Okay. Jim Carrey's commencement speech. It's one of my favorite speeches. Now, this is a very small part of it, but it's the part that I enjoy the best, where he talks about his father and the inspirations he took from his father. This is, of course, by Jim Carrey. I hope you enjoy it. Now, fear is going to be a player in your life, but you get to decide how much. You can spend your whole life imagining ghosts, worrying about the pathway to the future, but all there will ever be is what's happening here. And the decisions we make in this moment, which are based either in love or fear. So many of us choose our path out of fear, disguised as practicality. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare to ask the universe for it. I'm saying I'm the proof that you can ask the universe for it, please. And if it doesn't happen for you right away, it's only because the universe is so busy fulfilling my order. Party size. My father could have been a great comedian, but he didn't believe that that was possible for him. And so he made a conservative choice. Instead, he got a safe job as an accountant. And when I was 12 years old, he was let go from that safe job, and our family had to do whatever we could to survive. I learned many great lessons from my father, not the least of which was that you can fail at what you don't want to, so you might as well take a chance on doing what you love. I like that one. Let's spin the wheel. Acapella, let's go. Meet me in the acapella library. Let's see. Shayna asked, oh, I love Jim Carrey. Did I recommend this one? Actually, you recommended the first one from the show. That second one is my favorite that I picked out myself. But you did show me how to get the, well, I think you mentioned that I could get the script for the closed captioning. So you helped out with that. Thank you very much. Here's one more song. This is a classic. This is the first song. Dad Has Never Been Lonely. I don't know about that. That's interesting to me. Really? Never been lonely. That's a long life to say something like that. All right, anyway, something to think about. I have another song for you. This came into my mind naturally because I just celebrated my 46th birthday. That was the 22nd. Thank you, but it's a phase. I am 46 years old and giving thought to what it means to be a little bit older. So this song is Young at Heart, made famous by Frank Sinatra. Fairy tales can come true, it can happen to you, if you're young at heart. For it's hard you will find to be narrow of mind, if you're young at heart. You can go to extremes with impossible schemes. You can laugh when your dreams fall apart at the seams. And life gets more exciting with each passing day. And love is either in your heart or on its way. Don't you know that it's worth every treasure on earth to be young at heart? For as rich as you are, it's much better by far to be young at heart. And if you should survive to 105, think of all you'll derive out of being alive. And here is the best part. You have a head start if you are among the very young at heart. Yay! That was fun. Now, DJ Shayna, she says that I've been meeting with a realtor about moving. That's exciting, but overwhelming. And part of me wonders whether I'll be able to pull it off. I have to get out of here, though. Is it that bad in the neighborhood? Are your neighbors being cruel to you? Is it just the vibe that far off? Let us know how you are. Lonely is a state of the mind. That is absolutely true. What's Dad's secret to never being lonely? I like being with you. Ah, that's very nice. Whoever you're talking to, I know we all appreciate it. Stephanie says multiple personalities and the voice in my head. LOL. Stephanie, are you a comedian? Stephanie is not a comedian. I'll answer on her behalf. Dad says that works. And Stephanie said, great job, Johnny. Thank you. I love that song. That's one of my favorites. What do you say we spin the wheel? Monologue. All right, meet me in the theater. All right. Let's see. Funny looking was my gift. Yeah, we've all got the same thing going on. Are women comedians called comedians, or is that an old-fashioned term? Some folks like to call themselves comedians. Some folks like to be called lady comedians. Some folks just like to be called comedians and never mention their gender. When I'm introducing them nowadays, I never mention their gender, as I find they get irritated when I do. But I think comedian is still acceptable, but some women prefer not to be called it, so just ask on a case-by-case basis. Thank you. Shayna says, I like my goatee without the mustache. Thank you very much. It's been a long time since I had one of these. The last time I had this was when I got my other pups, when I got Bishop and Starbuck. That was 2008. So it's been that long since I've done just the goatee. And this is how my hair grows, and then it just thins out dramatically everywhere else. And up here, the mustache never worked right. So thank you so much for saying so. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Since my heart attack, I have taken an interest in wine. And when I say an interest, I mean I've been drinking it. I haven't been reading up too much about it, but there's a movie about people who love wine called Sideways, and I've always wanted to have something intelligent to say about wine, so I started learning about this. This is a monologue from Sideways. It's either about Pinot Grigio or Pinot Noir. I don't remember. I think it's Pinot Noir, and it's why one character is on a date with another character, and she asks him why he likes Pinot Noir. Why am I so into Pinot? I don't know. It's a hard grape to grow, as you know. It's thin-skinned, temperamental, it ripens early. It's not a survivor like Cabernet that can grow anywhere and thrive, even when neglected. Pinot needs constant care and attention, and in fact, can only grow in specific little tucked-away corners of the world. And only the most patient and nurturing growers can do it, really, can tap into Pinot's most fragile, delicate qualities. Only when someone has taken the time to truly understand its potential can Pinot be coaxed until its fullest expression. And when that happens, its flavors are the most haunting and brilliant and subtle and thrilling and ancient on the planet. I mean, Cabernets can be powerful and exalting, but they seem prosaic to me for some reason, by comparison. How about you? Why are you into wine? That'll be fun. There we go. I was pretending this was wine. Acting is fun. Keep it moving? You're right. Let's spin the wheel. Poem! Meet me in the poetry corner. Wine does taste good. I think that's the first step to learning all about it. Discover that you like it. I've been drinking Cabernet Sauvignon. I found a bottle of Freak Show. It's my brand. Freak Show. They've got some pretty good wines. And I enjoy the art on the bottle very much. And sadly, that is what draws me to buy a wine right now until I learn more about it. Excuse me. All right, let us do some poetry. This is the second half of that combination of poems by Alfred Lord Tennyson I told you about. This is entitled Nothing Will Die by Alfred Lord Tennyson. When will the stream be a-weary of flowing under my eye? When will the wind be a-weary of blowing over the sky? When will the clouds be a-weary of fleeting? When will the heart be a-weary of beating, and nature die? Never. Oh, never. Nothing will die. The stream flows, the wind blows, the cloud fleets, the heart beats. Nothing will die. Nothing will die. All things will change through eternity. 'Tis the world's winter, autumn and summer are gone long ago. Earth is dry to the center, but spring, a new comer, a spring rich and strange, shall make the winds blow round and round, throw and throw, here and there, till the air and the ground shall be filled with life anew. The world was never made. It will change, but it will not fade. So let the wind range, for even and morn ever will be through eternity. Nothing was born. Nothing will die. All things will change. I like that one. Let's see. Now, Shayna says that I used to drink a lot of Pinot Grigio till I got DUI in 2016. Ooh, that's trouble. And also decided to lose weight in 2021. I rarely think about it now. I remember how hard you lost weight in 2021. But I don't think I've had Pinot Grigio yet, so I got to learn all about it. I didn't know you had a DUI. I'm so sorry. That's the worst. I used to teach traffic school, so I understand a lot of the process that you have to deal with after something like that. I'm glad you haven't gotten into that trouble again. I haven't gotten a DUI yet. Been lucky so far. I don't drink and drive, but I smoke and drive from time to time. Let's see. Dad says he found he liked bourbon better. I also I drank bourbon for a long time, but the red wine has less sugar and has fewer calories. So since the heart attack, I've moved from bourbon to wine. Feels weird, but I'm starting to enjoy it. I'm starting to crave it like a sweet. Something. All right. Well, tell you what. Probably need to cut back on smoking. The herb. Yeah, I know what you mean. Me too. But I sure find it helps me get through the day. I cut it out for 30 days, and I just didn't feel as happy. That was the only side effect. I didn't think any clearer. I didn't do any more work. I just wasn't as happy. Of course, I just had a heart attack, so that was part of it too. Who knows? Anyway, I hear you. And I don't know if I agree with you. Drinking too much can ruin your life. Smoking too much, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. Something to think about. I'll tell you what, let's go to the chat, shall we? Well, Stephanie says that she eats them. She can't smoke. I didn't know that. Well, I'm a big fan of THC. I'm still trying to find a connection. Is it legal in Kentucky yet? In North Carolina, they still shoot you on sight. Calories are the body's fuel. How true that is, Dad, but I'm carrying with me quite a bit. Actually, look at this. Can you guys see this? Can you see the bruises? The dogs have been tearing me up. I wear a sweater around the house to make them not scratch me, but they're constantly jumping on me. Shayna says, edibles are cool, except you never know how they will affect you. I'm a big fan of finding a brand and sticking with it. I'm a big fan of smoking because you can control your dosage constantly, but I did try edibles on a European flight. I wish I had had edibles when I was working for Carnival. I just never thought of it. But when I ate 6 of them on a flight to London, and I slept through the whole thing, and I highly recommend it. That's all I can say about that. Right? What's up with the dogs? The dogs I'm on, cause ever since I had they put me on blood thinners, everything bruises. Every contact that I have with a human being bruises. And it's, things aren't healing right, and my skin's getting weirder and weirder, but my heart's better apparently. So that's what's going on with that. I'll get myself some long sleeve shirts and it won't be a problem. Dad says he does 16 drugs every day, in the morning, in the afternoon, all the time with this guy. It's true. Let's see, I think I'm on 2 prescription medications for my brain and 4 prescription medications for my heart. But we're all doing our best to make it work. And what's weird is this is the best I've felt in years. I know I'm a little depressed this week, past couple of weeks, but this is by far the healthiest I've felt in a long, long time. So, Shayna says, if I squeeze you too hard when I hug you next time, I'll try to be careful because I'd hate to bruise you. Go ahead and bruise me. That's a good bruise to have. That'll remind me of being hugged. I like that. All prescribed, Dad says. Very important that you know that. Okay, we understand. Yeah, Dad was never an illegal drug guy. He'd have a glass of wine from time to time, a little bit of bourbon. But, never an illegal drug guy. Kind of admire that. Hey, listen. We had a good talk today, but I got to run. I got to pack things up. Thank you so much for watching. Let's go to say goodbye. Close up. Nice. Thanks for being here. I will be there for you next week, next Sunday at 11:30. I hope you'll join me here on Twitch. Tell your friends. I'm at Johnny's Happy Place. And remember, the only way to save this country is for all of us to love one another. So love yourself first, then find somebody else to love. And then when you can, love everybody. That's what I'm trying to do. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny days. You did not overshare. You're fine. Keep shining through just like you always do, and the blue skies will push the dark clouds far away. And if you'd please say hello to the folks that I know, and tell 'em I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Thanks so much for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, be good, but not too good. Bye-bye.